Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is the Ripper Danny B, and welcome to another episode of CWR Asylum. And in your main event this evening, we have a one-on-one match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by TRISH Stratus. This is Lita. And Lita and Trish, team bestie, engaged in a rivalry with the women's tag team champions, and it's a rivalry that's only going to extend here tonight. Lita ready for one-on-one action here as she waits in the ring. And her opponent this evening, being accompanied to the ring by Bayley. She is one half of the women's tag team champions, the boss, Sasha Banks. And Bayley and Banks have been an incredible team so far, absolutely outstanding, pushing back all challenges, but tonight could be the biggest challenge for Sasha Banks in one-on-one competition. And you gotta think, nothing has been announced officially for the tag team championships at Immortality. But it's only a couple of weeks away now. We are getting incredibly close to Immortality, and this match could go a long way to determining who is going to be challenging the tag team champions at the show of shows in late August. Can't even put a date on it because it's over 4 days. I don't know where the match will be on the card, but here we go regardless. This match one-on-one, and we're getting kicking. You've got to wonder what influence Trish and Bayley will play on the outside. Now this obviously is, these are two teams that have a lot of respect for one another. 4 women out there who play by the books. They don't screw around. They just want to go out there and be the damn best. And quite frankly, if you ask me, you have got the best of this generation in Sasha Banks versus the best in the last, well, previous to last, because the last generation was a bit meh. But previous to last, the Attitude Era women, Lita, in my opinion, was the best woman of that generation, so we have one hell of a match here. This is a huge match, realistically, and Lita is now the one getting the advantage early on over Banks. There's the break from the referee, and that's the kind of thing I mean. Look at the respect there. Nothing, no underhanded tactics shown by Sasha. She just takes advantage of the distraction afterwards, gets Lita down, and goes after that arm. Very, very different styles here between these two, though. You've got to think Sasha Banks is definitely a technician. She is a mat wrestler. She will take the odd risk here and there, but realistically, she would like to keep it grounded. Lita, of course, is luchadora trained. She is a woman that will fly, and she is a woman that will take risks. And so far, Sasha's ground and pound technique seems to be working, but Lita happily taking the advantage as we go on. And while this match continues, we've also got to talk a little bit about what we saw this evening. First up, though, we've got a pin as Lita rolls up Sasha Banks there. There's one, there's two. Banks only just kicks out before the 3 there. Lita took her by surprise. Talk about the matches we saw earlier this evening as we saw the newly formed team of Sarai and Lana showing a great cohesion there. They took on the Bella Twins. And unfortunately, Revolution rules came to play for the Bella Twins as Nikki was able to pick up the win. And Emma took on Dana Brooke. Emma, of course, looking forward to a huge match against the Jaminal at Immortality, the most dominant woman in CWR, the most dominant star in CWR. Emma was able to pick up the win over Dana Brooke, building some much-needed momentum. And as we saw last week, Jaminal was taken down by Claudia Thorne. So right now, you've got to think Emma is feeling pretty damn good about herself. But back to this match right now as Sasha Banks goes for the double arm lift there. Lita counters it. Nice clothesline takedown there by the most extreme diva of all time. And I shouldn't use the word diva anymore. I know it was an appropriate thing while Lita was there, but I've always hated the term diva anyway. So I'm pretty happy to call them all superstars, female superstars. And Lita there with the Frankensteiner puts Sasha Banks down on her back. Lita considering the pressure on here. And Lita now picking up. Sorry about the silence there. We had a bit of a sound glitch. But there's a cover from Lita. And once again, Banks just about gets the shoulder up at 2.5. Lita keeping on the pressure. And so far, Trish and Bayley have been nothing but cheerleaders on the outside. Could that change later in this match? And like I say, you've got to think Lita and Trish have been absolutely dominating the tag team ranks in the women's division for a little while now. Lita twist of fate! Down goes Sasha Banks! Lita pulls her into the middle of the ring, making sure there's absolutely no screw jobs available there. There's one, there's two. Banks, though, still kicks out. Surprising move there by Sasha Banks. Didn't expect her to kick out of the twist of fate, but it just shows that Banks is not going to give up easy. Now Sasha Banks tries to slow down Lita as she tries to regain her breath, get back into this match, and that's what she needs to do. Lita has been in control for the majority of this contest. Sasha Banks really needs to get back into this game. Lita has her up against the ropes though. And you got to think experience certainly coming into play here for Lita, the Hall of Famer that she is. And Lita not screwing around anymore, wraps the head, DDT! Holy balls! Sasha's head just driven into the steel ring, the apron of the ring there. That is so hard, that part. And Lita just not relenting there, leg drop across it as well, just to drive the point home. Not quite sure why the referee restarted the count there, but whatever. Lita now continues the pressure. She went for another strike on that head, but Sasha Banks able to get out of the way, but just too disorientated to take advantage of it. And Lita right back in control of this thing. Sasha just hasn't been able to get the offense in that we would expect out of the boss. And another Frankensteiner by Lita throws Sasha halfway across the ring. Once again, she drops for the cover. There's 1, 2, 2.5. Then you've got to think if the referee had been quicker off the draw there, that would have been it for Sasha Banks. Regardless, she's still in this thing as Lita continues on the pressure. Once again into the corner. She's got a game plan as this woman here tonight. She has definitely got an idea about how she's going to beat Banks, and so far it's being played to perfection. There's the double foot stomp into the corner. Little move she must have learned from one of her old partners in crime, Jeff Hardy. Lita going up top now. She might have been thinking moonsault, but Banks isn't going to have any of it. Lita knocked on her ass on the turnbuckle, and Sasha Banks is going to return the favor, climbing up, grabbing the head. Here we go, superplex time for Sasha Banks. No, not quite. Turns it round. I'm not entirely sure what you'd call that. It looks like a Michinoku to me, but regardless, there's the backstabber. Or should I call it the bank stabber? There's 1, 2. Banks decided not to follow up with the full bank statement there. But Lita has got to be prepared for that crossface now. Driving her down with a crucifix. Bayley applauding that one, so she should. That was a great move by Sasha Banks, and this might be late in the game, but Banks looks like she's coming right back into this thing now. Look at that, right on Lita's head. Driven her down. That was incredible by Banks. Obviously the smaller competitor too, so she does give up a fair bit of strength against Lita. And Lita going to take advantage of a nice counter there. Straight uppercut. And Lita inverts the twist of fate. Drives her one more time. Banks, how much more can she take? She's taken a lot of hits to that head. She's got to be careful of a concussion, especially with Immortality just around the corner. There's 1, 2, and no Sasha Banks still in this thing. I'm surprised Lita isn't just pounding the mat in frustration right now. Instead, she drives her knee into the spine of Banks in frustration instead. Neckbreaker there by Lita continues on the pressure. She's picked a point. She's going for it. And once again, Lita a little slower this time. Exhaustion starting to set in. She's up on the top rope. What is she waiting for? She's literally just waiting there. There it is. Moonsault connects. She holds it down and goes for the pin. The referee takes his time, but there's 1, there's 2, and 3. Well, there you have it. Here is your winner, Lita. And you know that is going to go a long way to deciding who is going to challenge for the Tag Team Championships at Immortality. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, she stands with TRISH Stratus, strong as ever. This has been CWR Asylum, and I have been the Ripper Danny B. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe for more CWR every Tuesday and Thursday night. And join us August 25th to 28th for Immortality. 28 days away, 1 month today, baby. I will see you all on Tuesday for the men's division. Good night, take care, and remember, keep it sweet.